This thing's doing this morning. It wanting to be funky. That's a funky cold Medina. Oh man, down here at the homestead. Ain't been down here. We filmed down here a while, put it that way. And golly, look at that. Boy, ain't that something. Maybe I'll get it back. Hell, I don't know. Don't stick it in my face. Y'all, I can't throw a rod and reel this morning to save my life. I don't know what the problem is this morning, but I am terrible. If I can't spook something up. I've thrown a couple of times, I ain't had any luck yet, so. I was down here last night. I mean, right at dark. Oh, there's one. There's one. There he is. Oh yeah, that's not a bad one. There y'all. He's not a monster, but he ain't bad. He's bigger than what I've been catching. I've been here a couple of times about the past couple of nights, and I've been catching some decent ones, and man, that thing just fell right out. And he's not bad. He's 13, 14 inches, but just haven't been able to catch any real good ones. You know, that's probably about a good pound and a quarter fish there. He's good in one of my tournaments, but he's not bad. I mean, he's not, like I say, he's not a monster, but he's bigger than what I've been catching. Let's put it that way. I haven't been doing really good on the size in here. The pond's got a lot of he's 13 3/4, so he's not too shabby. He's not too shabby. Yeah, there we go. Do a little short here. You know, I'm down here at the homestead. I wanted to come down and throw the Zara spook a little bit. Ain't been in the homestead in a while. Got me a little 14 incher, a little 13 3/4. An old Zara spook. Let's let him go. See you later, buddy. All right. All right, so that's one. I mean, it's, hey, I ain't get skunked. I don't like when I get skunked at my own pond, that's for sure. But he crushed it. That was awesome. So I'm using the Zara spook. This is the chrome with the black top. Got a little red front on it. I got my beetle spin with me too. Well, I was saying a while ago though, I was down here last night, which was a Friday night, Saturday morning, and I was throwing a beetle spin, and I bet you I caught 20 bass on that beetle spin. Now they wasn't big, you know, they were all probably, you know, 11, 12, 13 inches. Oh, they wasn't even that big. They were probably 10 to 12 inches. And but they were fun. I had them on my, I throwed them on my ultralight, my little speed shooter with 4-pound test line on it. And man, they were crushing that beetle spin. I was having some fun with that. He was hungry too, man, because he was sitting on the bank, pretty close to the bank, and he come out and got up under it and swirled on it once, and then I stopped it, and then I popped it like twice. He crushed it. You know, there's some big fish in here, y'all. There's some big bass in here. They're just hard to catch because there's so many little ones. And I gotta start keeping the little ones. The one I just caught, you know, he's not a keeper. But the ones I've been catching with the beetle spin, yeah, like this morning, if I catch any, I'm gonna keep them. And I'll probably try again this afternoon. Look at the goose crap, man. This is ridiculous. Damn geese. I think they're gone now. I hope they are anyway. There's a big brim bed right there. Right where my spook is right now. That brim bed is right down there. I don't know if you can see them or not, but I can see them down there. There's, I don't know, I'm looking at about 10 of them right now. It's threatening to go get some crickets or some worms. You mean to tell me that's the only bass in this pond that wants a Zara spook this morning? And he wanted it. That's what's so crazy about it. I mean, he crushed it. I figured they were like, I'm like, all right, you know, we're gonna get some bites this morning. I've had that one hit and that one fish. That's it. I have to turn around and go to the old beetle spin. Of course, I got down here a little later than I wanted to. Let's jump the beetle spin a little bit, see what happens. So here's the speed shooter that I use, 4-pound test line. It's about a 5 foot rod, and I catch a lot of fish on it, that's for sure. This has been a good one. It's been a good one. Cause I didn't bring my little box. So if they tear this worm up, I'm done. Trying to manage the pond. There's, like I said, there's a lot of the 10, 11, 12 inchers in here, and you know, you gotta get them out. You know, you can't grow a good pond with, you know, and this pond's got an assortment of fish in it. I mean, it's brim, catfish, bass, warmouth, speckled perch. There's not a lot of speckled perch in here, but there's a good bit. They're hard to catch. But when you do catch one, they're usually a pretty good one. I caught one, I don't know, probably about a month ago off the pier over there, and he was a dandy. He was probably a good pound. And for this pond, it's pretty good. Biggest one we ever caught this pond, speckled perch, was my dad. He caught one down on the end down there where the pipes are years ago, 25, 30 years ago probably longer than that. We've been here 40, so yeah, probably about 30 to 35 years ago. And there was a tree that was laying in the water down there at the time, and he caught a speckled perch off that tree. I don't remember how much it weighed. If I best remember, it weighed probably between 2 and 3 pounds. He was huge, greatly, bigly. See if we can conjure up in a Kona right here. We might be able to get us a couple in this Kona. I caught 3 in front of this pipe last night in forecast. Should have kept them last night, but I didn't. I wasn't prepared to keep them, to be honest with you. So I didn't. Oh, there's one right there. Yep, there he goes. That's what we want, y'all. Oh yeah. Pulling good on this little line. Get out of that tree. Why'd you get in the tree for? Goofball. Not a bad little bass. I'm actually going to measure him out. Well, he's barely got it too here. Fell right out. That's not a bad little bass. Probably a nice little, I think, a 12-incher. Let's see. Let's see, said the cat. He's 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter, and yes, I'm keeping him, y'all. I surely am. I know I'm probably gonna catch some flack for it. Why are you keeping that as a sport fish? Yeah, you're right, it is. But I'm managing my pond, and the way you manage a pond, sometimes you gotta keep them. And plus I love eating bass, so get off of me. Y'all watch my videos, y'all been around my channel any amount of time, y'all know I throw 99% of my fish back. Because that bass is a sport fish, I got it. But I'm also trying to manage my pond to where the bass in here will get bigger. There's a lot of those size fish in this pond, and you have to manage it. If you don't manage it, you're not going to have the quality bass in your pond. And I mean, it is what it is. You gotta manage it, and that's the way I manage it. So on the other side of this dam, and I'll show y'all in a minute, on the other side of this dam where the pipes flow into the, I call it a swamp, and it is, it's a daggum swamp down there. Right on the other side of that dam right there, where the pipes flow out, there's a bunch of rocks. And dude, there's like 5 or 6 huge, come off there, huge water moccasins down there. They're either cottonmouths or water moccasins, I'm not sure, I can't really tell. I mean, well, they look like cottonmouths. Now, if you're not familiar with a cottonmouth is very, very aggressive. And with me having animals and my little girl, and we love fishing, we love coming out here fishing, they gotta go. They have got to go. So me and my buddy Henry, you've seen Henry on my channel before, especially during hunting season. We got a plan. We're going to execute that plan hopefully here in the next couple of days. They're out there now. I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to ease around to the other side over there, but they're out now. I've seen 2 of them just a few minutes ago. And, you know, and I wouldn't mess with them because they don't come out of that hole down there that I know of. And I wouldn't mess with them, but the point of us having animals and my little girl that loves to play around the pond here and fish and stuff with me, that makes it, yeah, I mean, they got to go. So all right, let's move around to the other side. All right, so this is the other side of my dam right here. Now that is just straight up swamp down there, right? And these bad boys are already out this morning. That's what's so crazy. Whoa, I don't see them. But there's a couple of slabs of concrete down there that they like to lay under. Yeah, they're not out now, I don't see them. But there's about 4 or 5 down there, and they lay, you can see that slab of concrete right there, and they lay up there under there. There's a den under there, I guess, and that's where they lay at. I don't see them down there right now. I just seen them a few minutes ago. I don't see them. He's laying somewhere. He ain't laying right there, so I'm gonna get some yonder. There he is. There he is. Little bitty booger. See, now this one right here, I'll let him go. He's too small. He's too small. See, little bitty booger. He's too small. We'll let him go. I don't want that one. I could have fried him up like a tater chip, I reckon, but he still had milk on his mouth. What you call a popcorn fart. About as big as he was, too. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There's a keeper. Come here, buddy. He said, I don't want to get in that cooler, But you going to? Yes, y'all, I'm keeping them. Like I said before, I got to manage this place. I caught 20 of these things last night in an acre pond. So yeah, they gotta go. Look at it. He's, you know, what, That's what I was catching last night, those 10 and 12 inchers. Oh, he'll fry up so pretty. I did a video, I don't know, I think it was last year, where I was keeping some bass, and I had a comment in that video that this person was, and he was giving me the business about keeping bass, about how they're sport fish and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know. But when you're managing a pond, especially an acre pond, you gotta keep some of them, or you're never gonna have a good quality fish. You'll just have a bunch of 1-pounders, you know, and I've seen it happen so many times where people don't manage their pond and they get out of control. And when they get to that point, I mean, it's just hard to recover from it. It takes years to recover from it. You know what? And I almost let this pond get out of hand like that. I remember during COVID, I fished a lot down here. You couldn't really go anywhere. And I think between 20, there's one. Another keeper. That's what we want, y'all. That's what I've been catching. That's what I've been catching right there. Don't you dare. He got my daggum lure in his mouth still. And the line broke. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been catching right there. Just tons of these. So you gotta manage your pond. If you don't manage your pond, it's gonna go to crap. Trust me. You gotta manage it. And we had a friend of ours that owned a fishery, a fish hatchery, not too far from here, and he would tell us, you know, like brim. He said, man, when you catch a brim, don't throw it back. You know, even if you don't want it, chunk it in the woods or something. Which I never do that. I always keep my fish. But he's like, yeah, don't allow the fish to overpopulate, because if you do, you're going to end up having what they call a stunt, basically, and the fish, your fish in your pond will get stunned and they can't grow because there's just too much in there there's too many of them. You know, he was like, hey, when you catch a brim, throw it and put it in the cooler, put it in a bucket. There's another one. See, this one I'm talking about. This pond is slap full of this side right here. Slap full, man. So y'all can rate me in the comment section all you want to. I'm doing what's right for this pond. Got to. That's alright, but I'm gonna eat good. You might bust me in the comment section, but I'm gonna be eating some good fish. So, nah. But I hardly ever keep them. But today I gotta keep them. Today's keeper day. Going to the beach next weekend, y'all. I'm ready. You hear me? You heard me. I am ready. Gonna do some saltwater fishing. Of course, I'm gonna film it, so you know, stay tuned for that one. That'll be a lot of fun. Last time I went, I caught my PB redfish. He was 36 inches, I think. Big old bull red. Man, that thing was fun. That thing was fun. There's one thing I need to start doing is when I go kayak fishing, I never carry a beetle spin with me. It never fails, especially out there at the river. It never fails, especially out there at the river, that I come across brim and speckled perch popping everywhere. And I don't have anything to catch from it. So, from now on, when I go to the river, or I go anywhere fishing, I will carry my beetle spin with me. Man, what is your deal, bruh? Bruh. It's just wore out. That grub is wore out and it's twisted and it ain't wanting to play right. Well, y'all think them 4 is all I'm gonna get? Now, I caught a couple more, but they were too small. Them 10, 12, 13 inches, that's the ones I like to keep. It's good eating size. You can fillet them, or you can just leave them whole. Either way, they're good to go. So those, I'll probably fillet those. Get them fillet up. All right, last cast, y'all, and I gotta cut out of here. One more, back down this edge, right here. That's it. I'm gonna catch one, and it's gonna be the last cast. How about that? Perfect ending. Maybe not. I think because of grub, the grub is just really worn out. So we'll come back down later and try again though. Yeah, that grub has had it. It's seen its better days. Boop. Guys, I appreciate it. I gotta get out of here and go handle some personal business. Well guys, I appreciate y'all watching that video. I had fun at the homestead. I always have a good time. I mean, what's wrong with going to your own pond and catching a couple of fish? And you know, I put some bass in the cooler. I know I'll probably get some comments about that, but you know, like I said in my video, I'm trying to manage my pond. And you know, there's a lot of those 10, 11, 12 inches in there, and I want to make sure that I've got I want to make sure I manage it correctly to where those bass can grow and get bigger and have a more productive pond with more quality fish than just the 10, 11, 12 inches all the time. So, you know, last night when I was fishing down there, I was using that beetle spin, and I caught like 15 or 20, that same size I caught today. And you know, it's time for me to take some out. So we'll take them and we'll feed the family and we'll have a good time. But I appreciate it as always. Thank y'all so much for watching the videos. Thank you so much for being a part of the 1016 family. I really do appreciate it. I hope you spread the word about it, and if you hadn't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. On a final note, this week I lost a good friend of mine, Paul Crosby. He was the owner of PINETREE Gun and Pawn, one of the co-owners, and Paul did a lot for me, did a lot for 1016 fishing. He was a huge supporter, watched my videos, really kept up with what was going on with the channel and everything. And he passed away this week. Kind of, I don't know if it was necessarily unexpected, but it was. And I'm actually on my way now to the funeral. And he was a good friend of mine, and done a lot for me personally, and done a lot for the channel. And I'm grateful for that. And my buddy's gone, and I'm going to go pay my last respects and my last thank yous. So anyway, I don't want to get too somber here, but you know, he was a buddy of mine, so gotta go pay my respects. Anyway, thank y'all so much.